All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
This is the brother Mayum here with the brother Maya Ka'ala, coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, we want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. And we just want to do a quick video, in the spirit, just going into the times that we're in, because as we continue to progress and we see things happening around the world, uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places, all right, the plagues that are happening around the earth, we are coming to the time of, well, really, we might even have been past it, really, but we're in the time of the time of the Gentiles is being fulfilled. Okay, they had their time to do their wickedness, and now the time is coming for the judgment. Okay, and the Most High has done this countless times in the past, in the spirit, of why we doing the lessons, because Apostle Tahar was mentioning in one of his latest videos about the time of the Canaanites had to be fulfilled before the Israelites actually went into the land of Canaan. Okay, yeah, something real quick.
I was just thinking about Daniel's second chapter, the statue, going into the heathen kingdoms, they all had to go in order before the kingdom came, and that rock being Yahushua is gonna knock all that shit down, and that's what we're waiting for now.
Yep. So you can actually go ahead and get that second Ezra real quick.
The second Ezra chapter 9, start at top of verse 1, says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. It is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
All right, man. And then see, we measure the times with the scriptures, because the scripture is the measuring tool. Okay, and we understand through the prophecies, all right, and the signs that the Lord has given us, which we're going to get into a couple of those signs, that time of the Gentiles is fulfilled, man. And we believe that we coming into the time, just like because we just read the book of part of the book of Exodus. The Lord allowed, he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart so that wickedness, he could keep just messing with Jake and allow that time to actually be fulfilled, to where before he brought the final death, sent Yahushua down there, the death angel, to, kill the firstborns of everybody of the Egyptians, and their cattle and everything. So the Lord has always allowed the heathens to continue in their wickedness, especially concerning Israel and the things that they did to us before the Lord came and judged them. And this is the signs of the times. Okay, this is what we see happening right now. When you hear about earthquakes, when you hear about famines or uproars of the people, this is signs of the times. That the time of the Gentiles is finished, man. Their time of wickedness, and that's why Lamentations 4:21 talks about rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, because your time is running out for you to do your wickedness, man. Okay. And real quick, just to mention, to put it out there, 2/3 of Israel, your time is running out too, because though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. 2/3 of our people have joined themselves onto the nations, man. Primarily Esau, Edom. Okay, and so they fall under the same category, because they're going to get judged along with the heathens as well. So their time of wickedness is running out, and that's why we also see the demons of these people acting out, bugging out, because the demons that are on these people, they understand that now is the time. Like them demons said to Yahushua, "Is thou come to torment us before our time?" Because they were like, hold up, we were supposed to have this amount of time to, have a fiesta. What's going on? Why are you out here? Go ahead.
It's second Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. It says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world."
Yeah, and that's what we see happening, man. Earthquakes, okay, uproars of the people. You got these hooligans out there in Miami right now rioting because they can't party, and protest all over the world. These anti-lockdown protests that they're having around the whole earth. Okay, this is the time that we in, man. We literally nigh at the door of the Lord returning, man. Keep reading.
Yep. Verse 4, it says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the highest spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning."
Yep. You have something? You want to say something?
No, I'll just keep reading, go to the
current
point.
Yeah, see, and the Most High is about to visit the world which he made, man. And what's the Lord coming to do? He's not coming to save everybody. He ain't coming to bring roses. Yahushua said that he's coming with the sword, man. So that's what the Lord is coming down to do, man. To bring judgment. Okay. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 5, it says, "For like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest."
Yeah, the end is manifest, man. So the end of the time of the Gentiles is made manifest because we starting to see the signs now. Okay? We actually starting to see the signs that Yahushua told us and that the Lord has given the prophets over time. We starting to see those things actually happen now. Now is that time of Habakkuk chapter 2, okay, where the visions are now speaking. The appointed time is now. Okay? And it's clear as day that it's time for the Lord to begin to judge these nations, man, because their time is up. Okay? Is that it on that one?
You can read verse 6.
Okay.
It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs.
Yeah, and endings and effects and signs, man. So we seeing the effects now. The effects of all this wickedness that has been done. Now the judgment is about to come down. Okay? And it's coming quick. Okay? Because what? Yahushua says, "Behold, I come quickly. The days shall be shortened for the elect's sake." Okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, because right now we're pretty much running the preparation stage. You know, like you have a feast, you prepare the table, you get the plates, you get the silverware, you get the music, the incense, you get the drink, and that's ultimately the preparing of the feast. That's going into ultimately the Lord's preparing this world to be destroyed. And raise up the nation of Israel. After this destruction. Which has always happened, played out throughout history. Which is what I was going into how we opened up. But you want me to get with the Luke or get Ezra 15?
Yeah, get that. Get second Ezra first.
Okay. So this is second Ezra chapter 15, and start here at verse 6. It says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth."
Well, what's the precept above that?
Behold, the Lord will bring plagues.
Yeah, start there, both
Okay.
for sure.
This is second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
Yeah, see, so the Lord said these were the things that he was going to bring upon the earth. When? He's going to bring them in the last days, man, in the end. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 6 says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled."
And their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. That wickedness, okay? Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, okay? So that, in effect, it's been fulfilled. The duty of the Gentiles, the heathens, their wickedness that they were supposed to be sent out, especially Esau Edom, because it talks about that in Revelation 19 and 20, that he shall be loosed a little season, okay, to deceive the world and to push out his wickedness. And that time is up now. Now Esau, everybody's starting to wake up to his BS, because that time of deception is running out. Okay?
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
This is Lamentations chapter 4. I read 21 and 22. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee."
Yeah, that cup of judgment. Because see, the Israelites have been getting judged for the longest because we went off. Okay? And more specifically, like it says, the judgments first start at the house of the Most High.
Yep.
And with the house of the Most High is the Bayat Dawadah, man, the house of David. That's where the judgment first started. So the elect has been getting judged. We've been going through the persecutions, that furnace of adversity. Okay, so that the Lord can refine us. But now he's getting ready to refine the rest of the world. There's going to be a global cleanse that's getting ready to come. Okay? Because that wickedness has to be done away with. But the Lord allowed a certain amount of wickedness to be done so that he could be justified in what he's getting ready to do. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Finish up verse 21. It says, "Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked." Verse 22, it says, "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished."
So like it said, you shall be drunken and show thy nakedness. You see that? And the Most High allowed Esau, because that's how he's spread his wickednesses through his philosophies, through his what do the scriptures refer to it as?
His drink.
Yeah, the
Wine of his fornication.
Yeah, the wine of his fornications, man. He's made the nations drunk. Okay, and that's how this wickedness has been passed by. But Esau has been causing so much wickedness upon the earth that he's made himself drunk.
Yeah.
And now he's getting all sloppy. You see Biden falling down. These people are spiritually drunk, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's high of his own supply. You know, drinking his own juice. You know.
You don't take your own supply.
Yeah. Number 22. It's like verse 22, Lamentations 4:22. It says, "The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion." Right. So that's pretty much the flip flop of things. You know, the Lord turning everything right side up, because right now it's upside down. Mm-hmm. You know, so we're the tail and Esau's the head. It's going to be opposite. You know, the Lord making us the head and Esau the tail. Mm-hmm. So just like as our punishment is getting ready to be fulfilled, that pretty much means now, guess whose turn it is? It's Esau, Edom's. So the white man and all the heathen nations that put hell upon us. Right, but Lamentations 4:22, it says, "The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion." So we're almost out of here. Right, it says, "He will no more carry thee away into captivity." It says, "He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins."
Yeah, he will discover thy sins, man. And in the world is starting to see it, because it's so much wickedness that's been done on the earth that now people are like, "Oh, wait a minute, man. Like, what the fuck are we doing?" Mm-hmm. Like, this motherfucker's been getting us to do all this bullshit and taking advantage of us. Yeah. And now he's got, because that's how Esau does. He'll make you do some crazy vile shit, right? Like when you think about the movie industry and the music industry, Esau make you do some vile shit so that he'll have a leg up on you, or they call it blackmailing. You know, he'll have that something on you, so that he can later on be like, "Nah, look, this you see what you did."
Blackmail you and shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's what Esau's done to the whole world. He's pushed out so much wickedness that he can. Yeah, and that's what Esau's agenda is, to put the blame on the Israelites, the more specifically the elect, because then he could point at the accuser of thy brethren. He could point at us and be like, "Look, Lord, look what they doing. They don't deserve the blessing. Give it back to me." You know, but it ain't happening, because that's not how the thing is. That's not how the cookie crumbles. Okay.
Where you want to go from here?
Let me get Revelation 18.
Okay.
This is and then you can, if you want to hold that Luke 21. And then if anything else pops up. Okay. This is Revelation 18. I'll start at 1. It says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of unclean and hateful bird." And this is going to be the judgment of this place, man. And we starting to see this place stumble, man. We starting to see this place fall. And the apostle, that's what the video that the apostle was going into was, Joe Biden falling. And I believe he even titled the video, "Babylon is fallen and it's fallen." Okay. But this, we starting to see this place now, because this place has been held up in high esteem. And now we starting to see this place, like the scriptures say, "Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." You know, we starting to see this happen, because that time that they had to be up on high, like the scriptures say in Obadiah, whose nest who's made his nest in the stars, or
his
something.
habitation's high.
That time is up. Now the time is for him to be brought low, as well as the other nations, because they were all in league with each other to bring our people down, which we were brought down. Okay, but now the time is up. Now the time is the Lord. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Now is the time for us to be raised up, starting with Yahushua and the elect, man. And now it's time for the elect, because they've had their time to rule. Now it's time, or not the elect, the heathens, primarily starting with Esau on down. They've had their chances to rule. Like the brother brought out the Daniel's 2 with the dream of the statue. Each nation had their chance to rule. Okay, the Ham with the Egypt. Okay, then you had the Babylonian Empire, the Assyrian Empire, or Assyrian Empire, then Babylon Empire, the Persians and the Medes, which were the Elamites. Okay, then you had the Greeks. Then you had Esau rule completely after that, man, for the most part, except for the Dark Ages. But nonetheless, now that time is up. The statue is at its end, man. Now we at the feet. There ain't there ain't gonna be no encore. There ain't gonna be none of that, man. The curtains are closing. Okay, and it says, verse 3 says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Right, going back to the wickedness that Esau has pushed, because the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, and the wicked, pursuant to Malachi 1:4, is Esau, Edom. So the nations have drank of it. They partook in it. okay, and they were made drunk. Okay, and they when you get drunk, you pissy drunk, you doing stupid shit. Well, the things that these nations were doing while they was made drunk was wickedness, because they thought it to be cool. Okay, it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth were waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right, because these other nations they came into that league. Okay, and as long as they went according to Esau's agenda, which was pushing out this wickedness, they were made rich. Okay. In verse 4 it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, because that time is going to come when the door is going to close, seal the doors of the ark, the spiritual ark that the Lord is building right now with his men, his servants, and you ain't going to be able to get in. You're going to be stuck out there, and you're going to get caught with the judgment that's coming for these nations and 2/3 of our people. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. You got something?
Yeah, the Lord remembered their iniquities, because we was just reading 2 15th chapter, how the Lord's not going to hold back his tongue no more. He lets you do your thing. All right, that's why Ecclesiastes 8 chapter says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. So your whole heart was set to do evil because you thought evil, you didn't get no punishment for it, but you didn't consider the latter end. And that's the time we're at right now. That's why you want to what? Scripture talking about in Job, you're trying to seek to please the poor. You want to be on our good side, but now it's your time to drink of that cup. It's your time to go into slavery. All right, the dreaded day every so-called white man dreads. All right, it's him getting put in shackles. He'll put all that energy on you. All right, talk about how proud he is, how it's his country, but he don't want to talk about the history, because at the back of his mind he knows, guess what? He's gonna have to do the same thing going to slavery.
That's right. And like the brother said, they've been doing all this stuff. The scriptures say the deceived and the deceiver are his. So the deceiver, which is Esau, the Lord deceived him into believing that, because the judgment is not executed speedily, I can get away with all this stuff. So the Most High was allowing this. And the 2 Thessalonians say that he who now letteth shall let. Matter of fact, let's
taken out the way.
Yeah. Matter of fact, if you can't go this chart, get that.
Yeah.
You see, because the Lord always would allow. The Lord is always allowed himself to be justified in his judgment. Okay, it's like as a parent. When we were little kids, your parents would tell you not to do something, and they would let you sit. They would sit there and watch you do exactly what they told you. They would wait for you to do it and then whoop your ass. They wouldn't start. Hey, didn't I tell you not to do that? They'll wait till you did it and then whoop your ass. So they were justified in whooping your ass because they told you not to do it. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'll get to the point. Start at verse 5. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Verse 6, and now you know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. Verse 7 says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work.
Yep, because the Edomites were in power in that time. The Roman Empire.
It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Yeah, you see, the Most High allowed him to continue doing his wickedness and continue to fall upon our people with the sword. So he's about to get taken out of the way, and that's the time that we coming into. Okay, you want to speak on that a little bit or no?
No, that's the point. The Lord, everything is according to timing. It says time and chance on all. If you paraphrase it,
happen unto all men.
Happen unto all. So this devil, his time and chance was now. All right, and everything according to plan, because we're all reading to prophecy. We're in the time now where now he's been revealed. So what's next is his fall.
Go ahead and get that Luke now.
Okay. It's Luke 21, and start at verse 24. Yep, Luke 21:24. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
What does it say about that?
But woe unto them that have a child.
No, yeah, start at 24. Yeah.
Okay. Luke 21 verse 24 says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Yeah, going into the time of 70 AD, because Jake was basically eradicated almost. Jake had to flee from there. Well, those that believed they fled, but Jake was getting all out, basically massacred out there, man.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
It says, and he shall be led away captive into all nations.
Yep, and that's what happened. Our people went into slavery. We went into the West Coast and basically into Africa. We went into Europe. Our people fled Jerusalem. But then we was brought into captivity. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And the Gentiles there is talking about the other nations. Okay, I believe in the Greek there is ethnos, okay, which means a tribe. a tribe of the other nations, man. Not a tribe of the Israelites, but a tribe of the other nations. Okay.
Yep. It says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down to the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Yeah, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. So we were getting trodden down, and now look, now you look at Jake as a whole, the Israelites as a whole, Jake is coming up. Now Jake is becoming, a so-called, what's Kevin Samuel say?
High value.
High value. Now Jake is becoming high value in the world, man. Okay, and the Lord the nations are looking at our people like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is going on? That's why you see so much on the news talking about our people are the biggest ones that are spreading, that have the COVID. They need to get the vaccine because the Esau's and these other nations are seeing our people on this high value status, and they're like, damn, we gotta bring these motherfuckers down. Like, what's going on? But go ahead.
Yep. Verse 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon.
Yeah, see, going back to the signs, because the signs is the signs of the time of the Gentiles being fulfilled, man. That's why we seen uproars of the people, rumors of wars and wars. We seen all these things because this is what the Lord said will be happening when the time of the Gentiles was fulfilled. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity.
Yep, distress of nations with perplexity. Let me get you got the blue there pulled up? Get perplexity there.
Okay. This is perplexity. Play it.
Strong's G 640. Aparia. Aparia.
Okay. And it says the state of one who is in perplexity. You see the Strong's. It says pretty much the same perplexity.
Let me
Probably just confusion.
Yeah, let me get in the etymology here.
Okay.
The online etymology, perplexity. Perplexity. Perplexity, it says mid 14th century, bewilderment, doubt, uncertainty. You see, and so read that again about the uproars of the people.
Yep.
It says distress.
Okay. It says and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity.
Yeah, with perplexity. So distress of nations with uncertainty, because nobody knows what's about to happen, man. Everybody's trying to figure out when are we going to come off these lockdowns, when are things going to get better, and things are not going to get better because the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. So now it's just down here for you guys, man, and it is nothing but uphill for the elect, because we on the rise and y'all on the downfall. Primarily Esau, Edom, the one that was leading the charge, man. Go ahead.
Yep. It says the sea and the war, the waves roaring.
And we see that with these tsunamis, these earthquakes, these huge storms. Like we saw the Hawaii. We watched the Hawaii thing. The cyclones in China causing sandstorms, and all types of things are happening on Earth right now. That only one thing could be said, and it's like in the video was entitled, biblical things are happening. Biblical proportions, man. This is you can't look at what's happening on Earth and not say that this is of the Most High, or this has to be of a higher power, man. Because the things that are happening on Earth have never been seen on planet Earth, man. And the Lord spoke about that time and again in the scriptures. There shall be like a day like none other. Why? Because now the time of the heathens is up. Y'all had y'all fun. Y'all was able to rule over our people. You had us in slavery. You did what you wanted with our people, and now it's time for you to pay.
Luke 21 verse 26, it says, men's heart failing them for fear.
Yeah, see, and this is what y'all gonna. This is what y'all gonna have to deal with, that fear. And y'all gonna know in the back of the mind, these heathens gonna know, like, damn, we fucked up.
Yeah.
We touched the people of the Most High. You know, they gonna know. You Jakes might not know, but the other nations, they're gonna know why these things are happening, man. And they've been saying this over and over on little side avenues, man. They had I did a video on it. I forget who's. Oh, it was talks with China and U.S. They were talking, trying to come together, make trade talks, and they didn't really do nothing. They were just talking shit to each other the whole thing. But one thing that the dude from China said is, here it is, y'all talking to us about human rights and how we treat other people, but y'all got a history of human rights not dealing with human rights. And then he specifically mentioned the way y'all treated the Negroes. So people are going to know when things get to an all-out level. Because right now the Lord, he's bringing the judgment down, but it's not on a high level.
Yeah.
But when things get real bad, people are going to know. They're going to be like, damn, this is because we were dealing with the people of the Most High like this.
Yep, because it says in Jeremiah, it says in the latter time you shall consider it perfectly. What we've been telling you, ultimately, your dirty laundry being thrown on you that you wanted to sweep under the rug. These nations are like, hey man, like your brother spoke, man, people are waking up to the fact that you have a lot of things that you haven't paid for, and that's coming into time. That's why we're going into this man's gonna have to pay for all he has done.
Right, and there's that scripture in Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, where it talks about they shall complain of an ungodly father.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what these nations. Well, Esau is really going to be the one doing that because he in his eyes he ain't never did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
But that's why these nations are going to be like, damn man, like, what the fuck? What did we do? What you mean? What did you do? Look at the track record, man. Look at what your people continue to do to our people. We're the last hired, the first fired. You can say you racist or not, but who's the one when the economy is getting ready to come? Who's the first one you think about firing? It's the niggas, man. Okay.
Luke 21:26, it says, men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
See, in the that's talking about these governments, man. Okay, because starting with Esau, he said his habitation is on high. They've uplifted themselves so much above us that those powers are getting ready to be shaken, man. And we see that happening, man. There's something happening in every major country, man. You can't say that it's not, because there is. There's lockdowns. There's famines, storms, volcanoes erupting, and places you had never even thought there would have been a volcano erupting. But now things are getting real bad, man. Economy's starting to fail. People dying left and right. Suicides. Come on, man.
Verse 27, it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Yeah, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming, and y'all getting ready to see it, man. And that's when it is game over. When we get to that point, you better kiss your ass goodbye. You better grab your wife and kids and hug them and say, I'll see you in the kingdom, because we done.
Verse 28, it says, I don't know if it's the last one you want to grab. Luke 21:28, it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads.
Yeah, it said when these things begin to come to pass. So these things have already become to pass, man. So what does the elect to do? Go ahead, read it again.
Luke 21:28 says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads. For your redemption draweth nigh. Yeah,
see, the redemption is drawing nigh, man. The Gentiles, these heathens, they've had their time, okay? And you Israelites, y'all getting ready to be redeemed, man, by the Heavenly Father through Yahushua, okay, who is his only begotten Son. We getting ready to be delivered, man. Some are going to know it by death, by pain, but a few are going to be actually see the salvation, man. Lord's will we be a part of those men, that number, okay? The hopeful elect. But this is the times that we in, man. We in the time of the Gentiles, finito, man. We getting ready to be brought into the promised land and to the kingdom of heaven, man. They had their time. Now the Lord is getting ready to judge them. And there's going to be no excuse. No nation's going to be able to say, well, why did we get jacked up? Okay? Wickedness has been pushed around the whole earth, and every nation has had a hand in it. Look, they said in Psalms 83 that they might no longer call themselves Israel. Okay? They did all these things. They pushed all this wicked out there to take our people away from who we really are and from our power, man. And they've succeeded. But now that time is up. That's why you see the prophets waking up. That's why you see people starting to believe on this truth, man. And those people are getting ready to be delivered, man, to be saved.
Yep, yeah, that's pretty much the point, going into ultimately how, we always quote wisdom now should be to be at that time, because we're in some very beautiful times. If you don't have this wisdom and understanding, you're going to think that it's literally the end. Like they play out in the movies that everything's going to be nuked and Earth's going to be obliterated. That's not the story that's going to play out. What's happening is it's extremely beautiful, and ultimately for you so-called News Latin Americans, you have nothing more but to look forward to, because the kingdom of heaven is going to belong unto us, and all this has to come to pass because this is pretty much the story the Lord played out for us to get into our glory. And that's what we're coming into when this place is destroyed.
Okay, that's right. So Lord's will, this was edifying, and we want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. That we say Shalom.
Shalom.